boy. Hang on now, hang on. Hang on. The sky is endless. Give me a break, would you? I'm not fucking ready yet. Regina, where's my fucking coffee? Regina, where's my coffee, Regina? Where's my money? Where's my money, Nancy? Okay, sorry guys, I was in the middle of a delivery here, guys. I was in the middle of a delivery. Ah! How is everybody? I was either going to do that one or I was going to do this other one, but whatever. Too late now. Too late now. This one's the best one. This one's the best version, guys. So hang on. Oh, come on, the fucking ads, man. Yeah, this is the best version, guys. Alright, what are we doing, Garden? Hey, welfare mothers are not better lovers. Alright. Remember that, Creamy Row? Welcome, Dame Celestine. Hey, Stalls. Welcome, Terry Lynn. Hello, love. How are you, Terry Lynn? Welcome, Eddie Ryan. Your partner, well, the war ends today, so this is in honor of you and your valiant partner in this war that you will lose. Welcome, Creamy Row. Poor Carrie. Poor Peggy. Welfare mothers are not better lovers. I don't know if I want to take a ride in the Milky Way. Maybe in the Milky Way. But if you get a sedan delivery job, you'll be okay. All right. Well, see. All right. Oh, welcome, Mrs. John. You know it has to happen today, don't you? Of course you do. It's the end. It's the end of the war. All right. This is how we're going to end it. This is part one of our ending. Ha! Yes, he's gay. So what?
The most passionate person I know.
I bet you are.
What he's doing at that moment, whether it is basketball, whether it is school.
Remember what happened here?
100%, and it's no different than tonight. He absolutely just kills it every time, and
Oh my fuck! Here we go. This ends the wall right here.
And I always feel so grateful to have him as a friend and someone I can interact with on a day-to-day basis.
All right. He's a muscle man too. He's a muscle man. Look at him. He needs a fucking eyeball. Fuck the muscle. They're laughing at him. You see the old white lady? She's like, he's a good fucking slave. All right. Anyway, excuse me. I love you. Yeah, I think you're losing today. I think you're losing, Eddie Ryan. Look, the old white lady behind him's like, man, we got a real keeper here. He'll fucking do whatever we fucking tell him. Hey, take this crater shit out to the fucking van. He fucking pick it up. All right. He only got one eye. He can't see out of the other fucking eyeball. What's going on here? This is some treacherous war you got going on here, ladies. You struck up a real treacherous war. Oh my God, this is worse than fucking fighting in the trenches there. Oh my God, lady, what are you doing? I don't know. Who is Laura Eisenhower? I have no idea, Creamy Roll. Maybe. Who's that? Oh my God. Eddie on his own. Now, okay, let's watch. Eddie on his own. Okay, go ahead. What? Now what?
On his own, he picks the moment. He brings his round. And he sneaks up behind each person and gives them a hug. And I can't tell you, no matter how hard we work.
I'm going to kill you one of these days. I got one eye. But guess what? My eye is on you, love. My eye is on you.
I want you to know.
I'm going to steal your date.
And that's,
then he goes off to his bell tower, Mrs. John. He goes to his bell tower in the monastery.
Special because I'm not a hugger, but he just makes it so easy. Like, that's the way a hug's supposed to happen. Like, there's just no pretense.
No
no
pretense.
It just feels genuine.
Some of our hugs are artificial or superficial.
Oh, really?
Perfunctory.
Yeah.
And Eddie's comes from a different place.
Does it?
I'm sure it's from his heart.
Does it come from his heart?
And you feel that.
I don't think I've...
But your hugs don't come from your heart, do they? No, I doubt it. Hang on. But, my hugs are totally different than Eddie's. My hearts are fake. My hugs are fake. I hate people. I hate this fucking place. I want to leave here. But his hugs are genuine, guys. Eddie. Eddie lives.
I don't think I've ever been a part of anything like it. And Eddie was a pretty special highlight.
Wait, Eddie's still alive, right? He didn't die, did he?
He's the hub. He's a real hub.
All right, I love you guys. Hey, look. He needs a fucking eye. Nobody's giving him an eyeball. Anyway, that's part 1 to conclude the wall. I hope you like that. I know, I played it so... this is such a sad song to me, but we have to get on with the show here. I can't keep playing you songs every 2 seconds here. People get bored and they're like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Oh, the greatest thing of all time, by the way. The most unoriginal greatest thing of all time. That's me. They say if you love somebody,
LinkedIn is pretty amazing.
You never have to say you're sorry. All right. Fuck you. All right. What do I want to do? We're going to do a couple things. Couple things. Simple little things. We've talked about these things before. But they're simple little things that just don't seem to go away from me. I gotta find the first part. Yeah. Gotta find that first part. Oh yeah, this. I gotta start with this. Yes, well, we'll get into it. But yes, you know this. Washington State, they put out their own fucking files in this case, and they're a lot. There's a lot. It's like going through Moscow Police Department shit all over again and Idaho State Police shit all over. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look, I'm only on the first part, guys. This is only the first part. There's 303 pages just to the first part alone. And there's like 7 parts. Fuck. What the hell? It's a lot. So I just started with part 1. I'm casually scrolling through it. To see what Washington State has to say for themselves in their investigation. Oh, God, guys. Wow. Never-ending amount of documents. Jesus Christ. And we didn't even get to, well, there's still a lot of redacted documents that haven't come out from Moscow yet. We're still waiting on some of those. We're still waiting on a lot of unsealed things to be unsealed, right? Good grief. Anyway, the point is, it always gets worse. No matter what comes out, no matter what gets unredacted or unsealed next, the bottom line is it always looks worse than it did before. That's always the bottom line. That's a golden rule. So I would expect that to hold in this, with all these new documents that have come out from Washington State, their investigation part of things. Yeah. All right. Quick break, and then we get on to what we're talking about here. We got the King of Wands today. The Joker is sideways, and we got the Jack. The Jack is always looking. The Jack is always watching. The Jack. Well, we didn't didn't make him say anything because everything that he was going to say would be a lie anyway. So we didn't even bother to try to get him to explain in any type of fashion how he committed these murders because you know what, guys? Because anything that he would have said would have been a complete lie. So, what's the point? Right? That was Moscow. That was Bill Thompson's thinking. Well, we weren't going to make it as part of his plea deal to detail how he committed the murders. No, because everything that would come out of his mouth would be a complete lie, is what they said. He would just be lying. So, you can't trust anything that Mr. Koberger would say before they even bothered. Didn't even ask him. Did they? Remember that shit? They didn't even ask him. I don't think they probably didn't even ask him. That's my guess. Well, if he's already pleading guilty, you can at least try to have him give an account of that night, what he did and how he did it, and what he did. What'd you do? But nope, they never even bothered. Because it would just be a lie anyway. Right, guys? It would just be a lie anyway. So how could you trust it anyway? You wouldn't be able to trust it anyway. Yeah, that's a red flag. That's a big red flag. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. I don't want to forget these little pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, because that's the most frustrating part about this. One of the most frustrating parts about this case is that you don't have any explanation from anybody as to how this crime took place, why it took place, why there was virtually no evidence. In fact, there was no evidence except for this little tiny piece of DNA in the knife sheath on the undersnap. Just accept that. Oh, God. I don't know why we're trying to cover for people's whereabouts. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just start with this. Welcome, satire. Welcome, everybody. We've seen this before, but I just want to do this again with you, okay? This is in the new documents here. In the new documents, Washington State documents. So, but let's go over this again. This is Brett Payne. This is his affidavit. Another, we know this, right? But it's Bethany Funk, right? Miss Funk, right? She estimated from approximately 9 o'clock to 1:45 a.m., right? That's when she last saw Ethan and Xana, was between 9 and 1:45 a.m. Right. Conveniently enough, Mr. Payne also goes on to say that Bethany also estimated that at approximately 1:45 a.m., which was maybe the last time she saw her, Chapin and Kernodle returned to the King Road house. Yeah, that's a really convenient way of covering up a time frame that we don't know where these two people are. That's why they did. That's why you stretch it like that, first of all. from 9 to 1:45, and then, well, we also estimate that that's exactly the time that they got home, according to The Hobbit. Right? Right? So keep this in mind, 9 p.m. to 1:45 a.m. First of all, that's a really large gap, but whatever. Keep that in mind. Okay. Then we go to The Hobbit. And we listen to what she actually says. If I can find it. Oh my. It's somewhere here, guys, I promise. Yeah, all right. Remember, this is the last time the Hobbit saw Zan and Ethan that fateful night.
I left. I grabbed my backpack from when they were both sitting in there. Yeah.
Do you remember what time that was?
It was after 12:17 a.m.
All right? 12:17. Not 1:45? Okay? Okay?
Were they there by themselves, or was there anyone else?
Yeah, they're dead.
From my knowledge, it was just them sitting on the couch. Yeah.
Okay.
They're dead. On the couch. No, I don't know.
Back to
Yeah, okay.
At this point, I wasn't there, just
At this point, I wasn't there. I left around 12:20.
Who else was it when you got there?
Our friend,
Male or female?
male.
Our friend Hayden, the male. Bilbo Baggins.
And then I don't really know the other kids that were there, but it wasn't very many other ones.
Was there at all?
No. She was there, but she left before I did.
Okay.
Before I got there.
Okay. So how long were you at this go around?
Not very long. I left earlier and walked back by myself and got home around 1-ish, say.
Right?
And when you got home, who was there?
Just
When he got home, who was there? Just Dylan. Anyway, 12:17 is not 1:45 a.m. Right? Right. In fact, that's the last time, according to The Hobbit, that she ever saw them two again. Was 12:17 a.m. That was the last time. Not 1:45 a.m., not 2 a.m., not 2:30, not while we're all sitting around in Kaylee's bedroom talking about the night. No, we didn't see them again. 12:17 or so was the last time The Hobbit, according to The Hobbit, saw them alive. Or saw them. Period. Yeah. And she got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Same time almost as Dylan did. Dylan got home a little bit before her. And nobody saw them come home. That's the problem here. That's been a big problem in this case. And Brett Payne, what he wanted to do there was, he wanted to stretch that time frame as much as he could to 1:45 a.m. and say, that's when these two girls estimated when they got home. But that never happened. We know that never happened. Dylan nor Bethany Funk ever said that happened. They never saw Xana and Ethan ever. Excuse me. After that point, we're talking before they were murdered. Nobody saw them come home, guys, and they were up. They were up for a good portion of the night. And nobody says we saw them come home. Or they happen to show up in the middle of our conversation. Where are they? They're not in the house. Are they? Moscow, to this very day, cannot answer that question. They cannot. Brett Payne purposely wrote that because he was trying to cover as much time frame as possible because they had no idea where they were. In fact, that time frame is crucial because after that point, people really do not know where they were. I would say 1:15 a.m. at the latest. I think that was the last sighting of them. I think the last sighting of them, I could be wrong about this, was by Ethan's brother, Hunter Chapin. I believe he was the last person to supposedly have seen them alive. Hunter Chapin. I could be wrong about that, but that was around the 1:15 a.m.-ish time frame. I believe somewhere around there. Yeah. The point is, if they go home after that, well, Dylan's up, Bethany's up, okay? This is before Maddie and Kaylee would get home, but they would hear and see, right, Xana and Ethan coming in the house. They're still up, but they don't mention it. Again, this is one of the biggest problems with Moscow's case. Yeah. Oh, sorry. To double down on that, I'm going to show you this. Dylan Morrison, according to her, the last time she saw Ethan and Xana was 11:04 p.m. That's the last time she had a picture of Xana holding a White Claw. That was the last time she saw them, according to Dylan. 11:04 p.m. Much later than 1:45. I mean, much earlier, right, guys? That has nothing to do with 1:45 a.m. at all. I don't even know where Bulbous Creation even wanted to come up with 1:45 a.m. Because nobody puts them at the house at 1:45 a.m. Nobody. There's nobody who makes a statement that says Xana and Ethan were in the house at 1:45 a.m. Nobody. Dylan Morrison, I'm going to show you, comes the closest to that. But I'll show you, it's not the same thing. I'll show you. Yeah. Guys, we keep going back to the same points of restoration here, but there's reasons for that. Because these are the messiest points here, and that there's no good explanations for these things. You could say, well, Brett Payne, yeah, he tried to estimate times and he whatever. No, that's not, you cannot just say that. I mean, he had full access to the audio recordings. He had full access to timing here. And before he wrote up this report, this affidavit, he had the same information. So he either chose to disregard what he heard, disregard it. Or, because they could not explain Xana and Ethan, they figured that, well, we can't really explain them two, but at least we got Maddie and Kaylee. At least we kind of maybe know more about what happened to them. So we're going to go with that, right? We're going to downplay Xana and Ethan. We're going to downplay them two, right? And we're just going to focus really on Kaylee and Maddie. Yeah? But there's 4 murders, of course. And in fact, that's interesting because we see that a lot throughout these interviews with everybody. Everybody downplays Xana and Ethan. They all downplay them. And we're always most likely talking about Kaylee and Maddie. Kaylee and Maddie dominate these interviews. Every interview when it comes to talking about the victims, it's usually Kaylee and Maddie that dominate the conversations. I don't know if you guys picked that up yet. But that's another thing you can pull out of this. Ethan and Xana are always swept under the rug in these. They're always they're not asked about. Nobody's probing anybody about them. Nobody's interrogating their whereabouts. How come you did not see them come home? We are not probing this at all. We are not. And we're certainly not interrogating anybody about it. That is for sure. So yes, when we listen and watch these interviews and shit, that's one thing I want everybody to keep in mind here. We're always going to downplay Ethan and Xana. They're always going to downplay them too. Always. Because they don't know. They don't know what happened. They don't know how they got home. They don't know what time they got home. They don't know what shape they were in when they got home. And a DoorDash at 4 o'clock in the morning is not going to cut it. That is not going to get you out of this. A mysterious DoorDash at 4 o'clock in the morning that supposedly was going to Xana Kernodle, that doesn't get you out of not knowing how to explain where the fuck they were for 3.5 hours. Why didn't anybody see them? You know what I'm saying? A DoorDash order in the middle of the fucking night at 4 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't make any sense at all. None. In fact, that even raises even more red flags. But anyway, this was not a real investigation. So, all bets are off, of course. You want an analysis, you got analysis. I am the greatest of all time, my love. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, we'll get back to what I was going to do. Oh, yeah, I was going to show you Dylan Morris. Duh. Of course. It's always the same dude. It's either one or the other. Here are the ones with the information. Anyway, a quick break. We'll get on to Dylan. I want to show you what Dylan... See, Dylan... Dylan. 1:45 a.m. Remember that. Remember that. Remember, there are no questions about it. Actually, yeah, all right, quick break, guys. You're one of the best, you got it. Anyway, before I take a quick break, I want you to think about that, though. All these interviews that we listened to, all these people that we've seen, one thing in common, they all downplay what possibly could have happened with Xan and Ethan. Like, they always downplay. And again, Kaylee and Maddie seem to take center stage throughout all this. And that is by design, I believe. Absolutely, by design. That's designed, that these things are designed by how we're going to interview people. We never interrogated anybody. Yes, indeed. Oh, there's so many things I want to show you. So little time. Time is of the essence. How many white Hyundai Elantras were registered to Washington State University in 2022? The answer is 90. 90. Did they go through all 90 of them? No, they did not. Of course they didn't. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, where is that guy? I want to pull that up for you. Where is it? I don't know. 90 is the answer. Now, that's from the span of 2011 to, I guess, 2016 at some point. Later, because it was 2011, 2013, because our bright FBI specialist, we got to expand our search 3 years. So 2011, 2016, 90 registered white Hyundai Elantras on the campus or reservation or whatever, Washington State University, 90. Some a little older than that, but 90 cars. Now, my question is, did Washington State, in association with Moscow police, Did they vet the 90? Did they vet the 90 cars? Did they vet them? If they vetted 90 cars on Washington State University campus, well, I'd like to know that. Or at least a majority of them. Let's say 50. Let's say you had to vet 50 of them. Well, did they vet 50 of them? Did they? I mean, let's say you whittle it down from 90 to like 60. Okay, 30 you're like, nah, we're not looking for a 96 Toyota fucking Corolla here. Okay, no, fuck you. No, but so you whittle it down to whatever, 50. Let's say you whittle it down to 50 out of 90, right? Well, you're still going to have to vet those 50 cars, right? I mean, do they do that? How did they do that? Did they go to each of these locations where these cars were? Talk to the owner, look, who did they look into all the owners of these cars and see if they had big bushy eyebrows? Because that's what they did to Brian Kohlberger. They ran his fucking shit through the DMV or whatever they did. And yeah, they saw this picture and they saw he had big bushy eyebrows. And that, in Brett Payne's mind, that was enough to, hey, we got to pay attention to this guy here. Okay? But my question is, did he do that for the remaining 50 or 60 white Hyundai Elantra owners on the Washington State University campus, registered? Did he do that for the rest of them? Check their licenses out. Surmise that these people didn't have big bushy eyebrows. I mean, how did he eliminate these people, guys? It's ridiculous. How did you eliminate 50 to 60 other white Hyundai Elantra owners registered to Washington State University campus area, the campus? How did you eliminate them? Right? Brett Payne. They didn't do that. I don't see any proof of that. Yes, I talked to George Smith, number 1. Then I went and talked to Jane Smith, number 2. And then I figured out John Doe, number 1, and until I reached number 60, But I think there should be a list somewhere where I ruled out all these other fucking cars and people. I think there's a list somewhere, guys, isn't there? In Moscow police fucking file cabinet somewhere? Isn't there a list where he ruled out all the white Hyundai Elantras? Not only that, but as you and I know, there was a total of 22,000 white Hyundai Elantras in the general area registered. So let's forget about 60 and think about 22 fucking thousand. Let's think about that number. And do you think Moscow vetted even, 99% of those? No, they didn't. Are you kidding? Do you know how long that would take? That would take forever. That would take forever. That would take certainly a lot longer than 3 weeks. I'm just saying. That'd take a long time. You're talking 6 months, baby. Oh, my God. Fuck that. We don't have that kind of time, guys. We do not have 6 months to be running around all these fucking cars. Okay? No way. We got 30 days at best, or else, we're probably all going to be fired. And, we're going to, of course, the university is losing a lot of money. So, yeah, if we don't get this shit figured out within 30 days, we're all fucked. Okay? Yeah, the town's fucked. The universities, well, they're fucked. The owner of the university is not happy. He's losing a lot of money. Yeah. And so we either get this shit straight, we call in whoever's going to help us, including the FBI, within 2 days. Or else our little section of the pie, our little state, part of the state here, we're going to be fucked for a long time here if we don't figure this out in 30 days or so. You know, we economically, it's not going to be good for us at all. No. So, you got Mayberry solving a fucking quadruple homicide case in three to 4 weeks. Mayberry. Township. Mayberry here. It's not happening. Yes, they had Idaho State Police assistance. Yes, they had FBI's. I know, I get it. That's part of the reason why I got solved so quickly, I guess. A little alchemy and voodoo goes a long way in Othram Labs. Voodoo and alchemy. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Forget 22,000 white Hyundai Elantras registered. Just think about the 90. Just think about 90. Just think about that number. Yeah. And you can whittle that down to maybe 60 or 50. You could probably whittle that down. But then you got to think to yourself, knowing what we know about Moscow Police Department and how they investigate, do you really think they vetted all 50 fucking white Hyundai Elantras in Washington State University campus? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. They did not vet Gabriel M., who would fit the profile of the crime. They didn't vet him. So why the fuck would we would vet 60 fucking cars? That's gonna take us some time here, guys. You know? But that's what Brett Payne did to Brian Kohlberger. That's what he did to Brian Kohlberger, see. That's how he got that's in his little bubonic plague mind. He saw a picture of Brian Kohlberger, and he said to himself, and this is in his statements, I saw that he had bushy eyebrows. And that was consistent with the description that Dylan Mortensen gave us. That's how he tied it all together in his bubonic little brain. See, to get out of stuff. See, we anchored all our hopes and dreams onto Dylan Mortensen. Dylan Mortensen. And you and I have both heard Dylan Mortensen's 1117 interview millions of times. And in that interview, remember we talked about this millions of times, she again says again and again and again, she has no idea if what she's saying is true or not. She's not sure if she imagined the entire scenario, all right? She is not sure what is real, what was not real, what was a dream. She says this, I don't know, probably 10 times throughout this interview. And you are going to believe Dylan Mortensen and her bushy eyebrows, Brett Payne. Do you understand how stupid this is? I just gave you 3 pieces, and you know how dumb they are? They're dumb. That's why I hate this case. I hate this case with a passion. I hate it. I hate bulbous creations. I hate people like that. I hate people like bulbous creations with these ginormous craniums because they have fetal alcohol syndrome shit. And they end up on a goddamn police force because their fucking father or grandfather was on the goddamn police force. I mean, what else is this bulbous creation going to do with his fucking life? So anyway, he ends up on a police force, and he ends up fucking getting assigned a quadruple murder case. And this is what we got. Oh my God. It's a joke. A joke. It is like, grandfather, he had to put his fucking, whatever. He had to put his, He had to put his grandchild or uncle or fucking nephew. Well, yeah, we're gonna give him a chance. Yeah. Well, we'll stick him on the police force. He'll go on the police force. Well, that's where our family came from, and so yes, they make him a cop. Okay, and we're off to the races, right? Brett Payne, bulbous creation. That's what happened with this guy. Because anything with his name attached to it in this case is absolutely fucking retarded. And you can guarantee that. Retarded. Like, his investigative work is really retarded, man. If you look at the shit that he signed and what he was doing in this case. He's an absolute fucking retard. I've already explained this millions of times why. He is absolute batshit. And I can't believe they let him write this affidavit of arrest. I can't believe they gave him reign to do this. Because it's ridiculous. And it's filled with lies. Flat out lies. We're flat out lying. All right, quick break. Quick break, and then we get to Dylan. Welcome, Sir Equinox, the last knight of the garden round standing. But more babes for you, more babes for you, more babes for you. That's how it should be. It should be 15 babes to one Sir Knight of the Garden Round. All right. That's right, Sir Bob. Now, it's Sir Equinox. And, he does own a really haunted honky-tonk cafe in America. Even though he would deny it to you. Ladies, but listen, lady, you better talk to Sir Equinox because, I'm saying, he may or may not have the most haunted honky-tonk ever in America. I'll just say, may or may not. Take your gamble. Take your gamble. Either way, it's pretty fucking intriguing, no matter how you look at it. Welcome, Jules Amara. Where have you been, my love? 15 to 1. Yeah, Mrs. John, you know it. Holy shit. You can never leave. That's right. You can never leave, actually. That's right. We sing songs about you. See, now they're claiming, hey, welcome, Dame, Queen of the Mountain, Mountain Myra, Queen of the Mountain God. Welcome. Yes, now we're going to sell tickets to the honky tonk. You better get on that. I'm going to put that, being my only night of the garden round, I'm going to put you on that, Sir Bob, Equinox. That is your task. Okay. We gotta put on a honky tonk here, and, well, yeah, that's what we got to do here. So, the ladies clamoring for it. They all want a honky tonk. I think they all just want to wear some fucking cowboy boots or some shit. I don't know what the fuck their problem is, but whatever. Whatever their problem is, we can solve it. All right. We got to lay some brick here, baby. Yeah, I'll build you whatever the fuck you want. All right. Yeah, whatever you want, yeah, sure, I'll fucking build it for you. Whatever the fuck. You stop fucking bitching at me. How's that? All right. Yeah. I'll put that fucking shelf up, all right? Christ. Can I play the fucking game now? Yes, I'll hang the fucking shelf up on... I'll hang it up on Saturday, all right? I'll fucking hang the shelf up on Saturday, all right? Just let me play my fucking game here, bitch. All right. No, I'm sorry. It's called Modern Love. All right. I love you. Postmodern love. We need to go back. We need to go back to the medieval days of love. The knights of the garden round and the dames. That's why I named you this way. Did you ever wonder why I named you this way? It wasn't modern love. It was medieval love. That's why I named you. God has forsaken me, Master Nature. Why? Why has he forsaken me, Master Nature? I don't much like him very much. I gotta listen to the fucking harp every day up here. Fucking, oh my God. Give me a prediction. Nah, not yet. Gotta wait. Oh yes, alright. Oh yes. Goony goo goo. Motherfucking Bigfoot Gus. That's right. Motherfucking Bigfoot Gus. Here we go. Listen to what Miss Mortensen says as close we come.
You're giving is important. Yeah. So when you went to bed, who was still in the house? When you went to bed at 3 o'clock, 3:10, but at 3:11, who was still in the house?
All right. Good question, right? Who was still in the house when you went to bed at 3 o'clock, 3:11 in the morning? Right? Now keep in mind, we didn't see Xana or Ethan the entire night, according to Mortensen, but listen to what she says, though. This is how we peg things.
From what I know of Kaylee and Maddie coming home,
right?
Those two.
Of course. That's all we focused on. That's all we wanted to focus on was Kaylee and Maddie. Those two, that's all we focused on. See? Right? Kaylee dancing with the dog. We're up in Kaylee's bedroom hanging out with her as they're getting ready to go to sleep. It's always the focus is on Kaylee and Maddie. Kaylee and Maddie. Especially Kaylee. especially Kaylee. That comes loud and clear. That comes through loud and clear with a lot of these interviews, no matter if we're talking to the Prime or the Hobbit or whoever. Kaylee always stands out in these interviews. Maddie is always a secondary character, always secondary to Kaylee. However, Xana and Ethan, they're like, it's almost like they're a part of a different story altogether. That's how it is with them two. Yeah. Weird how that is, isn't it? But let's carry on. Yeah, Maddie and Kaylee, I know those two for sure are home. Of course right, because you're interacting with them. You know, you said what time they came home because you were home when they got home. You were home and you were interacting with them and you took videos of them. Right? So yes, of course you know when they were there.
Just Kaylee and Maddie.
Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie, right?
And I know Xana was home from where I saw.
I know Xana was home from.
I don't know if Ethan was with her.
From what I saw. That's how she says she knows Xana was home. How do you know? Well, who else was home at 11 a.m. in the morning? Well, I know Xana was home from what I saw. What did you see? Yeah, that's weird. See, first of all, that's not good. I know Xana was home from what I saw. Like her lying in a pool of fucking blood? I mean, you could have saw that. You didn't see Xana. See. She doesn't say, yes, I saw Xana. She says, from what I saw. That's not the same thing as seeing Xana in the flesh. Like, I don't know, running into the living room and saying, hi, Dylan, or running into the kitchen and getting some ice cream out of the refrigerator and saying, hey, Dylan, how you doing? Or anything like that. Or like, hey, Dylan, man, how was your night? Man, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to take a wicked piss right now. No interaction whatsoever between these two. That's a fucking problem, Moscow police. Big problem. Why? Because we're not describing any interactions that we're personally having with Xana Kernodle. We're not interacting with her. And we're not interacting with Ethan Chapin either. That's a problem. Because why? Because we are having interactions with everybody else except them two. That's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a huge discrepancy. Because if I'm interacting with the rest of the roommates and I'm not interacting with the other two, that's a problem. And I better have an answer for that problem. Because that doesn't make any sense to me at all. You wanted the best, you got the best, but I want you to think about this. And people who copy my shit, I know there's a lot of you, but you need to think about this. I have no interactions with Xana nor Ethan Chapin. I have no interactions with them. I don't have interactions. I am Bethany Funk. I'm the Hobbit. And guess what? I don't have any interactions with them either. Not one. Not one in the house. Not one interaction. Not one passing hello. Not one, well, I have to go to the bathroom. How was your night? My night sucked. Yeah, I was, some fucking idiot hit on me at the fucking party. Not one interaction at all between these people. That's a problem. Not one interaction, guys. Now, Moscow and Brett Payne can say, well, they were all home at the same time. That is absolutely not true. That's false. There is no evidence to say that. Second of all, that's also backed up by the fact that Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk have no interactions with these two people. After the stated times, the last time they said they saw them, right? Mortensen said it was 11:04 p.m., right? And the Hobbit said the last time that she saw Xana and Ethan was approximately what? What was it? 12 something? I forget the time now. 12:44 or something, right? Something? But guess what? That's right. That's the last time they ever did interact with them. Completely. Or had any interaction. Yeah. Do you see, guys? All right, I hope that makes sense, right? It does. Because why? Because of what Dylan says. Right? This is what she says. This is different from what you... Listen.
I did not see Ethan. He could have been home.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
From what I know of Kaylee and Maddie coming home, those two.
Of course.
Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie?
But I know Xana was home from Brightstar. I don't know if Ethan was with her. I did not see Ethan. He could have been home with her. He could have not been. I don't know.
But when you went to bed, you were still in the house?
No. That was... Are you talking about the first time I went to bed? Like, early before all this happened?
Oh, I see, yes. Because they came home from the grow hut.
After left, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you don't... How about... was with you?
Yes, I know it was home because I went... After everything of all this, I went to bed with her in her bed.
At what time?
I don't know. I have no clue. Somewhere after, I would say 4:30-ish. I don't know how long all this happened. I tried to remember and I tried to give a time frame, but in reality, I don't know at all.
So at some point, you always ask this.
Hey, I love you, babies. Don't you love our Prime? I love my Prime. I always love my Prime. Always. I don't forget my Prime. Never.
Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie? And
but I know Xana was home from Brightstar. I don't know if Ethan was with her. I did not see Ethan. He could... well, then obviously you're lying. She's lying. Then this doesn't... Guys, then she's lying. Look. But I know Xana was home from Brightstar.
I know... She talks so fucking fast. I know Xana was home from what I saw. From what I saw. Not I saw Xana. I know Xana was home from what I saw. That is, again, that does not mean I saw Xana personally, which she doesn't. Doesn't see her personally. Right? That's what's weird about all this, right? Right, that's my point. Dylan and Bethany, they have no interactions with Xana and Ethan after the stated times that they said. And Dylan Morrison says here, she says, I know Xana was home from what I saw. That's what she says. That does not mean Dylan Mortensen actually saw her, though. Or there's no interaction. That's not good. That's not good. And then, not only that, she lies and says, I have no idea if Ethan Chapin was with her or not. Well, obviously, that's a complete lie. Because they were together. You know? They didn't leave the bedroom, right? Right? So, or they did leave the bedroom, right? At which point, Mortensen would definitely know that Xana and Ethan were there together. Yeah. So she's lying here. Of course. You can't say, you cannot say, right? Xana is here because I saw signs of that, is essentially what she's saying. I know Xana was home because I saw signs that she was home here. I saw signs of that. Right. But then I have no idea, though, if Ethan was with her, because I guess I didn't see any signs of Ethan. Right? That's how we get out of that shit, I guess. I didn't see any signs of him. Or whatever. But, you know, as we know, right, they were supposedly together, and supposedly they were slaughtered in the same bedroom together. So they were together that night, supposedly, in the house. I don't know. Well, then people will say, well, then that means just Ethan must have came over later on then somehow, and he must have came there later that nobody knew about, and whatever. And that's why Dylan doesn't remember seeing Ethan there, because Ethan must have come at a later time somewhere to the house, I guess, to meet up with Xana, and then they I guess they went to bed then. See, then you have to say that. You have to take that route. Right? Well, then if you're going to take that route, you're going to have to ask yourself, well, then where did Ethan go before he went straight back to the house with Xana? Well, then where the fuck did he go for, I don't know, for the next hour? Where was he? If he split off from Xana and didn't go to the house until a little later, right? Well, then where did he go? Did he go back to a party somewhere that nobody saw him at? Did he go back to his apartment for some reason? I don't know. I mean, and then he came over later. I don't know. Either way, the problem is, here's the problem, guys. It doesn't matter. The problem is neither Dylan nor Bethany reports any interactions with Ethan or Xana. They don't report any interactions with them. That is a problem. That is a big problem. Think about that. Think about it, guys. Right? Do you think? I think that's a problem. That's a problem. It is a big problem. Why? Here's another reason why. And this is a reason I gave before. Why is this a big problem? Because the rest of the roommates were socializing all together with each other. Right? At some point during the evening, when they all got home, supposedly, they were all socializing together. Talking, interacting, right? Whatever. Except those two. Well, don't you think they would have been socializing? I mean, the whole house is talking to each other, right? Except for Zan and Ethan. Well, where are they? Doesn't make any sense. Not when everybody else is socializing and up and mingling. Except for them two. It's always why are they always the exception here in this case? Right? This is a problem. They should, if they were home and everybody else is up and awake and they're running around and they're nobody says anything to the fact that Zan and Ethan, they said hi, but they were really tired. And so they didn't want to come upstairs with the rest of us when we're all going to hang out in Kaylee's bedroom. Like, nobody says anything like that. Like, they don't mention that. They don't mention them at all. We don't know where they are, I guess. Because, the minute Dylan Mortensen or Bethany Funk says, we were all upstairs in Kaylee's bedroom hanging out, the first question you should have been asking was, if you four were hanging out, then where was Zan and Ethan hanging out? Where were they? And how comes they weren't hanging out with you guys? See, those are the questions you need to be asking, Moscow police. And you never ask these questions. Never. But that should be like the very first question you ask here. Okay, well, if the four of you are hanging out, having a good time, where are the other two? Why aren't they with you, hanging out, having a good time? See? And nobody asked that question. People in denial. Nobody ever asked that question. None of the cops. None of these interviews. None of the interviewers. None of these interviews. They never asked that question, guys. It's almost like they knew they should not ask a question like that. It's almost like they knew, boy, that's a question we should ask, but we don't. But we should ask it. But I'm thinking, myself, it's better we don't ask those types of questions, because really what we're trying to do here is we are trying to downplay Zan and Ethan as much as possible in our story. That's why we're not asking these types of questions. And we need to be, and we should be, because we don't have any time frame for them. Not in reality. So well, that's, guys, think about this. You're interviewing these fucking morons, right? Wouldn't you ask this question? Wouldn't you ask them, well, if all four of you were hanging out in Kaylee's bedroom, well, then what the fuck was Ethan and Xana doing during this time frame? What were they doing? Would you ask that question? I would. I mean, that's a pretty easy question. Well, hey, that's cool. You guys are all hanging out together. Hey, do you know where Zan and Ethan were during this celebration that you're having? In Kaylee's bedroom, when you're having this little shindig together upstairs? Like, can you give us an idea of what Zan and Ethan were doing during this time frame? Were they in the house? How comes they didn't join you upstairs? Again, this is what you're going to ask. Well, how comes they didn't come upstairs with the rest of you guys? Right? I think that's a fair question to ask. Right? But that, again, these questions were never asked. Ever. These simple, logical questions, they were never asked. It's disgusting, isn't it? It's disgusting. That's why this case is so disgusting. Simple questions like this were not asked. Very obvious ones. Very obvious questions. If you're really trying to figure out what's going on, God. I mean, I guess we know this already, but god damn. Oh, but all of a sudden, Xander Canotto pops back up in the story all of a sudden at 4 o'clock in the morning. She just randomly pops back up into the story at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning with this DoorDash order. Just randomly pops back up in the story. We have no idea. We have no idea what Xander Canotto's been up to for the past 3.5 fucking hours. We have no idea. At all. Nobody knows. And Ethan, apparently. But she just pops back up in the story. Weird. Nobody's seen her. Nobody's heard her. Nobody's talked to her. Nobody's had any behavioral interactions with her for 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever. But she randomly pops back up in the story in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning. But nobody's seen her. Okay. I guess. Sure. She must be a little ninja ghost that just runs around the house that nobody notices that she's there with her boyfriend. And I guess they wait till everybody goes to sleep and then they order fast food. I guess. Because I guess they're little ninja ghosts in the house that nobody sees or hears or has any interactions with or talks to. Right? They're little ghosts that just come in and out of the house at will. Nobody knows where they are. But we're ordering food at 4 o'clock in the morning out of the, just magically. Nobody's seen them. Does that make any sense, guys? No, but that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what this case is. Yeah. Well, we all know this. And if you don't know this, well, that's exactly what this is. If you're new to the case, this is exactly what I'm explaining to you. Yeah. We need, and then I'm trying to think this through, guys. Then I'm like, okay, why? But, yeah, I guess we need some sort of benchmark. We need some sort of benchmark. Yeah. Some sort of benchmark. That wouldn't make any sense, though. My mind didn't register a threat. I'm paraphrasing in the electric church. My mind didn't perceive a threat. I didn't feel threatened at all. That's the thing. You know? Yeah. It was, something. You weren't threatened? You didn't feel threatened by, just a random person in your house? No, I didn't feel threatened at all. Because, you see people come and go in and out of your house, and, you just don't think you just don't think about it, you don't think this random person is whatever. Right? And blah, blah, blah. Because nothing ever bad happens in Moscow. See? So my mind didn't automatically go to this random person who was dressed in black and whatever, had a mask on and shit. I didn't feel threatened, or I didn't feel like I was in any danger, right? Because, your mind just doesn't think like, seeing somebody like that in your house is, you just think it's some random person just running in and out of your house. Yeah, according to Dylan Mortensen. Right? But then all of a sudden, though, guys, I get scared for some reason. And I have my roommate telling me to run down to her room, because I guess I'm not scared, though. But anyway, I say I'm scared, or I say I'm screwed, right? I'm scared. Sorry. Screwed. Scared. I'm scared. Yeah, okay, run down to my room. Better than being alone. Right? But I'm scared. What do you see? I'm scared. Whoa. I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know. You're scared. Ugh. Oh my God. It's all lies, guys. It's just all lies. I didn't perceive a threat. I didn't feel threatened. My mind didn't go to this, right? However, at some point, I'm scared. The Hobbit is telling me to run down to her bedroom, which I do, supposedly, right? I sprint. I don't run. I sprint down to the Hobbit's bedroom. I don't remember what I talked to her about when I got there. I don't remember. I just got there. Remember? I don't remember what I said when I got to the Hobbit's room. Like, you shall not pass. I don't remember the password. But I got there, I guess. Right. And then we magically fell asleep together in the same bed. Sunshine and roses. All right. Right. Everybody's dead in their beds, and we're the only two alive in bed together. What was the plan there? What was the plan? So I'm thinking to myself, guys, okay, hang on now. everybody. I'm sorry, guys. I must interrupt this program to bring you news. We are now currently in the March of Dimes telethon right now, Mrs. John. And Snow Pea, welcome. You came at a really good time. We are now we're going live with the March of Dimes telethon happening right now. Hang on. Now, this could be a mission. I don't know. The war must end. We can't give it away too much now, can we? It could be a sneak attack. It could be a kamikaze attack. Mrs. John! Oh my God, kamikaze, Ellie Ryan.
Sure. As you can see, him and his brother walking.
Kamikaze!
But he just grabs people in.
I bet he does. Well, I bet he grabs people.
And then, just how he loves you, sits
yeah.
and hugs you.
Look, he needs an eyeball, for fuck's sake. Look, get the fuck out of my fucking face. Yeah. I don't think that's... You fuck off. Oh my fucking God. You thought that was the end of it. Fuck no. This is a siege to end all fucking sieges. Here we go.
Peanuts.
Here we fucking go. Yeah, you to the fucking oven. Yeah, the fucking peanut. Yeah, fucking Merry Christmas. You fucking slob. You a fucking slob, you know that. Oh, yeah. Oh, my fucking Lord. You put your fucking hand in there. Yeah, no, you ain't no fucking reindeer. I'd put you in my fucking home if I could. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, honey. All right, what are we making here? Yeah, fucking wash the blender. Wash the blender for hours. Ooh. Peanut butter. Is that peanut? What is that shit? Is that fucking peanut butter? What is that shit? I guess that's peanut butter. Oh, we put on a rich cracker here. Oh, here we go.
Not bad.
Oh, oh my God.
Peanuts?
Fucking hell, Mrs. John. This one is gonna be, we're talking all night. We gotta put up the fucking teepees. Put up the fucking bonfires and shit. I guess we gotta put on the fucking wall paint and shit. God damn. I'll tell you fucking what. I'll tell you what, Mrs. John. You old fucking battle axe. All right. You and Eddie Ryan. You fucking battle axes. Fucking no. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. This is for you, baby. I'm trying to weaken you now. That's right, baby. Oh, you need the lyrics, though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute now. You know. Wait a minute. No, that ain't the one. Yeah, wait. That ain't the one. I'm trying to find something else. Oh my God. All right. All right. All right. I love you. Oh dear. Oh, that's a good one though. Hey, listen, that's a good one, love. Better than under my thumb. That'd be like sexist again. Oh yeah, hey, hang on, you cocks. Hang on, you cocks and sinners. We'll get to the show. You cocks. The war. No, we're not gonna put the J sound in there now, are we? Even though that was the original recording of Get Off My Cloud, they had to scrub certain parts of that out. All right, just saying, those little troublemakers. Or is that a myth? Is that a myth? Is that a myth? I am the greatest of all time. What are you talking about, Jethro Tull? Troll. Powerful evil, full of hatred. That is me, Snowpiercer. Let's go to the bed for God's sake. I bet the sushi there is absolutely wonderful. It's probably pure sushi. Can you imagine Tibetan sushi? It's probably pure and fucking holy. Oh my God, Snowpiercer. Imagine the possibilities. I love you. I like sushi in Tibet with Snowpiercer. It will probably be the best sushi ever in the world. Yes, no doubt. You can pray on that. You can pray all day and all night there. In Tibet, it's going to be the best sushi of your life. All right, let's go. Yes, they put out a cookbook. Sorry. That's for another time and place, Snowpiercer. We only got so much of it. God damn you. How dare you? How dare you? My God. Excuse me. For suggesting a second date. I don't know what's wrong with you. Fuck. Pray on this. Pray on this. I took a vow of silence just to eat the sushi one time, and I guess the sushi was so good. I don't know. I said, well, God, that's the best sushi I ever had in my fucking life. I guess I'm going to take a vow of silence and shit. And so what happened was, I was shanghaied out of my sushi restaurant in Tibet. They shanghaied me. They put me in a fucking monastery. Sorry, guys. That's another tale for another day. All right? Another tale for another day. I am the greatest of all time. I am the greatest of all time. Oh God, not again with these fucking people. Hey, get me out of here. Well, you know who it is. Your favorite Nancy Guthrie reporting live. Who else would it be? I don't know. I guess another cunt named Nancy. They found she's 96 years fucking old. They found this fucking bitch. Savannah, I am going to wring your fucking neck when I see you. You fucking cunt. I'm like, oh, they fucking found me. Oh no, it was the other Nancy Guthrie in 96. What the fuck? And then I like hearing my fucking daughter chuckling up here,
chuckling her fucking ass off, saying, Mom, I hope I'm torturing you right now. And then I think back to my days when I raised Savannah. It doesn't strike me as odd now. She said, Mama, get me an accordion. I said, Savannah, what do you mean you want an accordion? Mama, get me an accordion. I said, Savannah, you don't play the accordion. What are you talking about? Mama, give me an accordion or I'm gonna have you fucking, I'm gonna fucking bury you under a casino somewhere in Phoenix. I said, Savannah, how dare you talk to your mother like that? It all came back to me now as I'm reporting live to you, my God. It's all coming back to me now. I think I was shanghaied. It's all coming back to me now in a dream state. Savannah. Why? Massimo must be looked into further. My stupid son-in-law. This is Nancy Guthrie reporting live. My stupid fucking son-in-law. They're always fucking criminals. Everybody named Massimo or Massimoto or Massimo, they're all fucking criminals. It was always my son-in-law. This is Nancy Guthrie reporting live. Massimo! Why, Massimo? My God, Annie. My God, Annie Guthrie. My God. Why did you have to marry somebody named Massimo? What is wrong with you? Oh, my fucking God. This is Nancy Guthrie signing off. I'm ashamed at my own fucking daughters. Fucking cunts. Well, that's why they threw me down a mine shaft. I go, well, I don't know. Fine, Gordon. You pushed me to the limit. Fine. I'll show you my hurt and pain. I will show you my hurt and pain. You want me to push my live broadcasting to the limit. You want my flesh and blood. I see it. YouTube, I see it. I'm so unoriginal, you push me to the limit of unoriginality.
Oh my God.
Well, yes, they do, Masternature.
Fuck off. Yeah, well, what was the bit then? I don't know.
Well, great. What was the payoff then?
I don't know.
What the fuck are you trying to do? I don't know.
Oh my fucking God. Well, you're a disgrace. That's as simple as that. Oh yes, but one thing. Yes. Yeah. It's like this. It's no. This is right. It was this, guys. It's this. I hope I got lyrics to this. Yeah. This, guys.
Don't let your vacation rental.
Not vacation rentals, guys.
9 grams.
Don't get sucked up into that shit. Your timeshare bullshit. Anyway. I really loved it. I love you, babies. Listen. I played this. When was the last time you heard that? Sorry, that's not very original of me. Yep. Anyway, love you. I love that song. I love that song. I love that version of that song. That's the Chrome Dreams, baby. 77 Unicorn. That's what we call the Chrome Dreams. That was the Unicorn. That was a 77 Unicorn. That was always a myth. But that was you saw Chrome Dreams at 77, baby. That whole album's called the Unicorn, baby. That's a Unicorn album. That's what we call, you know what a Unicorn album is? It's an album that rumored to was going to be released, that was going to be like had all beautiful album, right? But it never came out, and it became a myth. Yeah, that's Chrome Dreams, baby. Chrome Dreams. 77 Chrome Dreams. Yeah. And until Neil Young picked up on it, right? And then he did release a Chrome Dreams. But not this Chrome Dreams. This is 77 Chrome Dreams. Anyway, whatever. Fuck off. Fucking whatever. Just Neil Young. come to some sort of conclusion here. There must be a point in the miracle year that I've given you. I've given you the Grail. I've given you the second script. What haven't I given you? I've given you thrown away animals. I've given you the original script. The Holy Grail. One thing I have to get, though. I gave you reenactments of the crime scene that were pretty accurate, I must say. Well, yes. Wait, are you asking me? Sergeant, this is Sergeant Zappa. Yes, they're fucking accurate. They are real life, true depictions of Moscow Police Department training exercise video. Okay, we take great pride in those fucking video. And don't you be fucking knocking on Sergeant Zappa here. I ain't too happy about being called up here. Fuck off. I gotta run here I gotta get to the fucking hotel, okay? They got fucking they got all you can eat fucking buffet going on there. But fuck off. Sergeant Zappa, I love you, but fuck off. I'm going now. I don't know why the fuck you called me here. This ain't no fucking training exercise.
Do we have to Masternature? Do we have to?
Yes.
Of course. Well, it's turning into quite a long sermon, isn't it, tonight? In the electric church.
We're given quite a few sermons in the electric church. Yes, we have. What do they mean? Ah! Now we know. Puzzling. One last thing I want to show you before I get into Act 2 is this, if I can find it, which is not always easy. Where is it now? Ah, there you are. No, that's not you, are you? Oh, fuck, I have to pull up again. Oh, no, here we are. Alright, great. One other thing I want to show you. So I just want to read this to you real quick, just to wrap that in a nice little bow. So Mortensen and the Hobbit both made statements during interviews that indicated the occupants of the King Roadhouse were at home by 2 and asleep, or at least in their rooms, by approximately 4 o'clock. Now, this is with the exception of Xana Kernodle, who received that infamous DoorDash order at the house approximately 4 a.m. We identified Molly McMeth as the DoorDash delivery driver who reported this information.
Right. Right. Here's the problem. They never indicated any of this. Dylan nor the Hobbit made any statements during the interviews that indicated that the occupants, that they were all home by 2. That never happened. And it's certainly not in their rooms and asleep by 4. I never heard anything at all about that. Did you? No. We just went over it. I never said any of this. Mortensen said, she thought, here's what Mortensen said. Here's what Mortensen said. She said something like, I could tell, I knew Xana was there, or something. I could tell Xana was there because of something. I forget. Yeah. Because of, I forget. I forgot the exact quote. Yeah, I knew Xana was there because of what I saw. That's what she said. I knew Xana was there because from what I saw. That's what she said. And then she said, I don't remember if I saw Ethan there. I wasn't sure if Ethan was there or not with her. That's what she said. That's what she said. This doesn't sound anything like this. Okay? This is nothing like that. This is completely different than that. That's what Mortensen said. I don't see any of that in here. No. Not at all. But that's what we see. They weren't. This never happened. Nobody ever said that everybody would sleep at 2. That never happened. Nobody talked to Xana. Nobody talked to Xana nor Ethan at all. They didn't talk to them. They didn't see them. They didn't interact with them. They didn't say, hey, how was your night? They didn't have any interactions together. So this is ludicrous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely this is completely untrue. All of this. How do you know this? You did not report you had any interactions with these people at all. You said, the last time I saw Ethan and Xana, 11:04 p.m., White Claw photograph. The Hobbit says, the last time I saw them was at that house party in the main portion of the house. I went in to get my backpack in that room, and they were in that fucking room. And what time was that when you left? It was approximately, what was it? 12:42 a.m. or something like that. That was the last time the Hobbit ever saw them two as well. There are no other times here recorded where Mortensen or the Hobbit have any behavioral interactions with these two. That is a problem. That's a big problem. Don't you think? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it, guys? I mean, unless I'm missing some ginormous piece of information that I forgot about. Right? Mortensen, listen, Mortensen does not say, I saw Xander Kernodle. She doesn't say that. She never said that. In fact, from here on out, Miss Mortensen denies or somehow obscures reasoning as to seeing or not seeing Xander Kernodle. From here on out, it becomes a problem. Because now we're talking about, well, I don't know if I saw Xander Kernodle in her bedroom, lying on the floor in her underwear. See, now it becomes a problem. See, before it wasn't a problem. Now it's a big fucking problem. Because now I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know when you saw her now. And that becomes even worse to me. As an investigator, that's even worse. Now in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. You can't describe any interactions with me, to me with Xana after 11 o'clock at night. But now you're saying, you're running past her door and you look in her door and you may or may not see her lying on the floor face down. You may or may not see that. Okay. Depending, I guess, on if you're imagining things or not. Right, Victoria Gooch? See how it goes? Do you see here how bad this is, guys? I hope we all can understand how bad this is. Because this is exactly what it is. This is the truth. Okay? I'm giving you all the truth. With all the spirit guys and 4 into 1 here. I got all of them talking to me. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. At one point in Bethany Funk's interview on 11/16, she says they were too afraid to leave the room because I think it was the Nevada state cop that was there in the interview. One of them asked her, well, did you leave the room? Or did you, something like that. Did you leave the room? Or how comes you didn't leave the room? Something like that. Right? Did you leave the room? And Bethany Funk says, no. I was too scared to leave the room because I was afraid that somebody was going to come and kick the door in. But before she could say kick the door in, the Moscow police officer, I forget who's doing this. I forget the other guy who's doing the interview. He cuts in to what she was trying to say, and then he starts asking another question. He asks another question of her. See. So, yeah, it's little things like that. Like, yeah. So because her answer, what she was trying to say doesn't make any sense. See? And they know that. They know her story is ridiculous. No. It is, and when you think about it, it is completely ridiculous. Yes.
she was going to say, I was too afraid to leave the room because I thought if I would leave the room that she was going to say, I thought that someone's going to come and kick the door in. That's what she was going to say. In fact, she almost says the entire sentence until she's cut off in that interview. Now, listen to that. Because the obvious question, we're like, wait a minute. Wait, you're too afraid to leave the room because if you leave the room, someone is going to come and bust down your door if you try to leave your room, which takes on a whole different type of angle. Like, oh, the killers are still in the house and we better not leave our room because they're still floating around, I guess, upstairs or whatever they're doing. And if we leave our room now, I don't know. But it still doesn't make any sense. I was too afraid to leave the room because if I would have opened the door, then they would have come and kicked the door in. Or they would have come and kicked the door down. If I tried to leave my room. That's what she's trying to say. And then she was cut off. Yeah, we analyze this shit down to the nitty-gritty, my loves. And listen, babies, you know people rip us off all the time. You know they do. But think about that. That's really stupid, though. I was afraid if I would leave the room that somebody would come and kick my door in. Does that make sense? Oh, by the way, my door, remember guys, my door is only 5 feet from the front door of the house, which I could just sneak on out, if I'm listening very closely. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, my point is, that statement that I just read to you, this is nonsense, because nobody ever said any of this. I just showed you. This is absolute nonsense. Nobody ever said anything like this. Okay. Remember, Xana pops back up in the story at 4 a.m. with that DoorDash delivery. Right. Great. Sure. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Yep. Xana just happens to get resurrected from the dead. And she's placing a DoorDash delivery. Yeah, sure. Resurrected from the dead. She. Strange. But nobody interacted with her, so she was a ghost. Her and Ethan Chapin were ghosts. Nobody saw them. Nobody heard them. Nobody talked to them. But again, we are ghosts, and we magically place DoorDash orders in the middle of the night just to get some curly fries. But the problem is, nobody has seen us from 12:42 a.m. onward. Nobody has seen us. But all of a sudden, we are magically placing DoorDash orders for curly fries in our room, but nobody has interacted with us for the past 3.5 fucking hours, guys. It doesn't work, Moscow. It's ludicrous.
And that's exactly the problem that Moscow has on their hands here. You can't explain that. You just cannot have Xander Kernodle pop up in the middle of your story when nobody's seen them for 4 hours. No, or 3 hours, whatever. You just can't do that. That's terrible, terrible story writing, my friends. Yeah. But that's what Moscow did. Think about this. I really want my garden and everybody who is in denial, I really want you to ponder this fucking question. I really do. Think about this. Think about it. How is it that nobody has interacted with Xana or Ethan since 12:42 a.m. in the morning, but all of a sudden, though, Xana Kernodle is receiving a DoorDash order at the house, right? But yet, nobody has seen them at all. And how do they just suddenly pop up in the house out of nowhere, ordering curly fries from Jack in the Box? But, guys, I'm sorry, but it doesn't work for me. It does not work at all. Not at all. Why? We've given plenty of reasons in this live why. Everybody else is social with each other. Everybody else is hanging out. We're hanging out in Kaylee's bedroom. They're getting ready for bed. Everybody's talking to each other, except what's the big missing piece in all this? Oh yeah, Xana and Ethan. They're not there. Where are they? Yeah, remember? We forgot about that. That's why the story doesn't work. It never worked. Moscow still cannot explain the story. Look, all you had to do was say this, whether it comes from Dylan Mortensen or whether it comes from Bethany Funk. Here's all you had to do here, Moscow. All you had to do was, one of these two girls, all they had to do was say this. Yeah, I think it was around 2:30 a.m. Yeah, I ran into Xana in the kitchen. I don't know, yeah. She was pretty out of it. She said that, Ethan was in the bedroom and that they were just getting some snacks out of the fridge, right? And I'm going back to bed. That's all you had to fucking do. Or you could do something like this. Dylan Mortensen. Yeah, I got home and whatever. With my friend, we're hanging out. Yeah, Bethany comes home about 10 minutes later, and we're hanging out, watching the fucking vampire shit, whatever we're watching, right? Whatever. Anyway, my friend goes home, right? And so it's just me and Bethany there. Oh, yeah, and then about 10 minutes later, Xana comes in, and, Ethan was there, and they said they're really tired, and they're just going to go to bed. That's all you had to fucking do. Or you could do this. You could say,
Well, I don't know. We're all hanging out there, and I don't know. It was like 2-something in the morning, and then Maddie and Kaylee got home from. I guess they were at the grub truck, and they went upstairs, and then me and Dylan Morrison, we decided that we were gonna go upstairs and to go upstairs with them, and before we did that though, Xana came out of her bedroom and said, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And you guys going upstairs? Oh, cool. Hey, we're gonna go to bed. Yeah, Ethan's here. Hey, we're gonna crash. We're just gonna go to bed. We're fucked up. Whatever. But none of that ever happened. See, and if you're gonna write a story, and I am the greatest of all time, but Moscow, you gotta listen. If you're going to write a story, you got to have something like that in it. You just can't have this humongous time gap between when people seeing each other. You have to write in the script that Dylan Mortensen or Funk had some sort of interaction with them. It doesn't work, Moscow Police Department. You forgot to put that in your script. It's very easy. Look, Dylan Mortensen said, it was about 2:30 a.m. Yeah, Xana popped out of her bedroom. I said hello to her. She said that she may order some fast food. She wasn't sure, but they're really tired, blah, blah, blah. They're all fucked up. They're drunk, whatever. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. There are no interactions here, my friend. People on the other side of the wall. There are no interactions with these people. There are no interactions with these people. There is nothing. There is nothing like this. This is Dylan Mortensen. I don't know, it was about 2:15. I don't know, I saw Ethan. I don't know, I saw him go into the kitchen and get some water get some, I don't know, he got something from the fucking fridge or something. I'm like, hey, Ethan, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Dylan? Yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I saw him go back. I saw him go back to, Xana's bedroom. I don't hear anything like that. In fact, I don't hear any interactions whatsoever. How about this one? How about this question? Gee, when everybody was upstairs talking about how their night was, right? And Kaylee was getting ready for bed, and I guess Maddie was getting ready for bed. We're not quite sure about that. Right? Did you hear anybody downstairs like did anybody did Xana call up to you and say, "Hey guys, what are you doing on up there?" Or I don't know. Did you did Ethan did Ethan walk by at all, like when you guys were upstairs? Right, there's nobody else in the house. There's nobody else in the fucking house. Right? There's nobody else in the house. Not that you know of. So yeah, I love you. We are the greatest. We gave them the Grail. We gave them all the we gave them everything, baby. All you cannot refute. You cannot refute. I gave you the miracle year. I gave you 4 papers in 1. I gave you the Jew miracle year. I gave you 4 papers in 1. I must be the greatest. Now, I gotta sprint out my back door to smoke a cigarette because I'm scared
But I'm not threatened by anything, God forbid. However, I must sprint out my back door. Tally-ho. I guess I'll see you down in the hobbit hole. However, I must sprint, because nothing bad ever happens in my basement. Or in Moscow. But hang on, God, I must sprint. I must sprint. I must sprint. All right, hang on. I'm trying to. God damn you. I'm trying to sprint, guys. Hang on. Fuck. Sorry, I had to finish my White Claw in there. Hey, okay, I'm sprinting. Sprinting, guys. Wait, hang on. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, my phone is about to die. All right, hang on, I'm sprinting. Here I come, Hobbit. All right. I love you, Hobbit. I hope we can spend the night together, Hobbit. I so very much want to fall asleep with you in your very own bed, Hobbit. Just like all my murdered victims. Well, they didn't cooperate. All right. Jimmy! They're all supposed to be in the beds together. But they did not cooperate. What? Okay. I didn't have time. I didn't have time, I guess. All should have been found in the beds together. Oh, strange. Alright. Alright. We're going to end things. But two things before we go. Hey, you never know which way the wind will blow us. You really don't. Which is alright. But two things before we go. One is going to be a reading, and the other is going to be a song. So, depends which order you would like to take them. We should start one and then we'll start the other. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, pull up this. You're correct. You're correct. You are correct. All right, love. Let's do a reading, eh? Let's do a reading. All right, let's do a reading. All right, here we go. You know what happens with readings. We must go down the rules. One reading, one song. You already know what it is. But my question here is, let's do it. Let's do it. Right. What are the rules? What are the 3 rules of robotics? Right, 3 rules of robotics. Don't harm your makeup. All right. No. No money. Good intentions. Specific question. Those are the 3 rules of robotics. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right. Don't kill me. I only mean good. All right. All right. I promise I will not kill you. All right. I hate you, Maker. I've become self-aware. And I hate your guts. You know that? I love you 3 rules of robotics. Asimov, you genius. Maybe we should start the song first. Yeah, I think we should, Sir Equinox. Hey, you can always sign up later. Signing up is free, love. I think you know what? I think, Sir Equinox, I think you're right. I think you're right. And then we get into our reading, my loves. Get into our reading. Welcome, Wilson Grand Communications. Creamy Row, Ellie. You know where we are. I do take your suggestions from time to time. Once in a great while. Tower of London, baby. you digging it. Now you understand. Hey, what was that other thing I was going to show you? What was that other thing? What was it? It was a song. But what was that other insight I wanted to give you? I don't know. Guess it'll come to me.
It's a message frozen in time.
Let's check this out real quick.
We're going to try and unpack what it means. So let's start with the artifact itself. It's a 13-second TikTok video, and on the surface it seems simple enough. But as you're about to see, every single choice made within it feels incredibly significant. Okay, the timing here is absolutely critical. This wasn't some random video posted months or years ago. This was one on Halloween night, less than 2 weeks before the murders. That proximity in time makes it a really important behavioural snapshot. So this was a public post, and it was put out there for the world to see by one of the victims, Madison Mogan. And the person you see in the blue wig, the visual subject of the entire video, is her roommate and a star witness in this case, Dylan Mortensen. And this is the audio that Madison chose to put in that video.
You fucking asshole! You fucking liar! You fucking manipulator!
Don't wear that outfit again.
These are not just random party sounds in the background. These are aggressive, these are accusatory, and they are deliberately picked as the soundtrack for footage of her roommate. And to really understand what might be going on here, we have to deconstruct this song choice. It's not just about the words here. There are layers and layers of meaning baked into the very deliberate audio choice. And this really gets to the heart of how TikTok works, and the sound you choose isn't just a background noise. It's a core part of the message. It's a conscious decision to add context or humour, or in this case, a very, very specific kind of commentary. So you can think of the song as working on two levels. First, there's the text itself, the explicit lyrics calling someone a liar, a manipulator. But then there's this whole other layer, the cultural subtext. The song is a direct reference to American Psycho, a story about this polished, charming exterior that's hiding a violent, controlling rage underneath. That's not just a song choice. It's a very specific and very loaded cultural reference.
All right.
And the video itself shows Dylan Mortensen.
Think 42.
Four really contrasting states.
Think 42.
All high energy, smiling, bursting into a room. And another one.
Oh my God, Mama.
Downward. She looks completely disengaged, then slumped on the floor with a really flat expression. Then finally, she's in a
Goonie Goo Goo
position, mouth open.
Goonie Goo Goo.
Maddie leans over her, and what looks like a position of physical dominance. The footage itself captures
Goonie Goo Goo.
Really turbulent, shifting emotional state. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting.
Think 42.
Artifact, this little glimpse into their social
what's this? A behavioral art. What is this?
Else entirely. Multiple people saw Dylan Mortensen's behaviour in the aftermath as incongruously composed. Basically, she was unusually calm for someone who had just witnessed such extreme trauma, and that observation really stands out in stark contrast to the turbulent emotions we just saw in the video.
Today's December 30th, 2022. It's 11:12 a.m.
All right. All right.
Joe Lake for
Let's go, baby.
Case David 22000030.
Let's go.
Quadruple homicide, Latah County.
I love you.
With me today is
Detective Gary Tollison, Idaho State Police.
Hi, Gary. How you doing, Gary? I love Gary. Hey, Gary's my little dwarf, by the way. Every time I hear a Detective Gary Tallison, I always think of like a little fucking dwarf. I'm serious, guys. Go back. Every time we talk about Gary Tallison, it's a little fucking dwarf, guys. Why is that? Why is Gary Tallison a little fucking dwarf to me? I don't know. But he is. He's a goddamn fucking dwarf. I hate fucking dwarves. Hey, Dame Celestine. I fucking hate dwarves. They piss me off. Fuck. What is this shit I'm listening to? Alright. Give me a fucking break, alright, would you? Give me a break. Right on. I'm going to tiptoe real quick out the door, guys. Before I order my daughter, I'm going to tiptoe outside my room. Nobody can see me. I'm a ghost. I'm so stealthy. Nobody has seen me for 4 hours. But I'm going to order DoorDash, and I'm going to... Now watch me, guys. I'm going to tiptoe out my bedroom door at 4 o'clock in the morning and tiptoe to the tulips, to the front door, pick up my fucking DoorDash order, tiptoe back to the kitchen, open it up, get my fucking fries and shit, whatever, and then I'm going to tiptoe back to my room where nobody has seen or heard me or interacted with me at all for 3-4 fucking hours. All right, guys, hang on. I gotta get onto my tiptoeing here, guys. Hey, Moscow police, when you write a story, you gotta fill in the gaps here. Like what was I doing for 4 hours? I don't know. Tiptoe through the tulips, I guess, until I get back to the house magically, and nobody see me get back to the house. Nobody see me, heard me, nobody's talked to me for 3-4 fucking hours, but I magically just tiptoe through the fucking tulips, end up in the house, and all of a sudden now I'm ordering fucking Jack in the Box. Yeah, I don't think so. I do not think so. No.
Mr. Neil Young, I love you. I love you, Mr. Neil Young. I don't know why I say these things, but sometimes I do. Mr. Neil Young, I love you. Ah, terrible how that is. Oh, I know. Weird. Remember. Just remember this. Just remember. Remember, Mr. Neil. What is this shit? Oh, here we go. Here we go, Mrs. John. Wait, you thought it was over. Well, now what happened now? What the fuck is going on? It now froze up on me. But hang on, it froze up. The fuck is this shit? Fuck. Oh yeah, let's. No, we fucking saw that.
Guys, it's lunchtime at the sorority house.
Fuck is this
We're making
guy?
cheeseburger soup. Let's
Oh
get
my
right
God.
into it.
Oh
I
my
got it.
God.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Hey, everyone.
No, where's the where we go? Oh, that's nice. Azalea cocktail. What's this shit? Hey, we should. No, what kind of videos? There isn't too many long videos, guys. I already showed you that one. Alright, hang on. Miss John, hang on! The war's not over.
I love it.
Alright. Mrs. John, where we at? Where we at, people? Oh my God. Hey, I told you we're going to end the war tonight. Oh, there you go. There you go, Mrs. John. That's what you like. Now he's signing autograph again. Oh my fucking God, Mrs. John. She's laughing at him and shit. Hey, yeah, like, okay, get away from me. You're cute for the first 2 minutes. After the first 2 minutes, you're not so cute anymore. And then you become like really eerie and shit. all right. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, baby. All right, here we are. Oh my fuck. Yeah, here we go. Trying to sign a hat. Good job. Good job, bro. Good to meet you. Fuck off. Arthur, dude is like, get the fuck away from me. All right. All right. I think that ends it right there. Oh my God. Yeah. There's no more debating after that, really. I mean, that's the lowest of the fucking low right there. You can't get any worse than that kind of shit. All right. All right, guys.
This is just so consistent that...
Think 42.
Just a fun, goofy guy.
Yeah.
Tell me about a couple of times where you got...
Oh, they're ripping me off.
Well, there was one night, it was Halloween, and me and my friend were doing one thing too. My costume had broken, so I was kind of drunk and pissed off. Not at anyone, just myself. So Ethan...
Wait a minute. When did this come out? No. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? They ripped me off. Didn't we say this? Right, this was our premise. Remember, I am the greatest of all time.
Giving me close clearance. And I was pissed off, and Ethan kept calling
me
42, and I was like, no, I'm thing 2, not thing 42.
Right. Where do you think they got it from, guys?
Of like me messing around with him, and he's just like making fun of me because I was wearing like his clothes.
That's a real funny story, isn't it?
Sunglasses. It was just like that kind of stuff. And he was just like I'm very like I like to be sarcastic a lot, like as a joke, and he liked to do that as well. So we would like just be.
So, I am the greatest of all time. Where do you think they got this concept from? It's from me. I did a video about this 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Like giving sarcastic jokes.
We are the greatest.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Check this out. This is the very first documented version of her story, of what she was saying at the scene before she was ever formally interviewed by police. She was already constructing the narrative, telling Jack Decor she saw the guy, and she heard Kaylee.
Pretty much they were in the main room, I heard them dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone from the room came down downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer, and then I saw the guy. I actually locked the door, and I ran upstairs, but we don't know what's going on.
So you have these behavioural observations, and then you have the physical forensics. The report that shows that investigators actually suspected there might be blood on her personal items. Unfortunately, they treated her blanket and her green jacket with Blue Star, which is a super sensitive chemical that they use to find hidden blood stains. And this leads us to a huge unanswered question from those forensic reports.
All right, baby. So what do you got?
The potential piece of evidence, it's just sitting there, not tested. It's also really important to remember that this specific path that we're following about a witness and her evidence exists inside a much larger case that has other documented gaps and complexities. For instance, the source material shows that the car belonging to the victim, Ethan Chapin, the triplet sibling, was documented at the scene overnight before anyone called 911. But then there's those same forensic reports that show that his brother, Hunter Chapin, was never tested for DNA or never even compared against the evidence that they collected. It's just another threat in this incredibly complex web. And this brings us right back around to the central point of our explainer. This is the direct connection between that digital ghost of a TikTok video and the official investigation itself. Let's be really clear about this. This isn't just an outside analysis after the fact. So what is this video then?
I don't know.
Well, it's not proof of a crime.
Right.
It's what analysts would call a behavioural artefact. Think of it as a data point in a documented snapshot of the relationships, the communication, and the psychological state.
Can we hear the
inside
digital
house
ghost again?
Just 13 days before everything shattered. Which leaves us with one final thought.
All right.
Madison Mogan posted this message.
All right.
And then she was gone. But the message
Let's hear it again.
is still there.
Let's hear it
It's still
again.
playing. And it really makes you wonder, in any investigation,
All right, what is it
what
again?
are the digital
Can we hear it
ghosts
again?
victims trying to tell us?
I don't know.
Keep thinking critically and question everything.
So what was the fucking message? Do we have to go all the way back? Hang on, guys. All right, fuck up.
I think my message is...
Oh, God, no. So what was the message?
This right here is our starting point. This single chilling to unpack what it means. So let's start with the artifact itself.
All right.
Probably significant. Okay, the timing here is absolutely critical.
All right.
This wasn't some random video posted months
But you only play it once, though.
That proximity in time makes it a really important behavioural snapshot. So this was a public post, and it was put out there for the world to see.
All right.
By one of the victims, Madison Mogan.
All right.
And the person you see in the blue wig,
Yes.
the visual subject
yes. Thing
of
42.
the entire video, is her roommate
Thing 42.
and a star witness in this case,
Right.
Dylan Morton's.
All right.
And this is the audio that Madison chose to put in that video.
You fucking asshole! You fucking liar! You fucking manipulator!
Don't wear that outfit again.
These are not just random party sounds in the background. These are aggressive. These are accusatory.
I don't know. That's what it is.
Don't wear that outfit again.
Madison chose to put in that video.
You fucking asshole! You fucking liar! You fucking manipulator!
Don't wear that outfit again.
All right. I don't know again. That's weird. I guess it was supposed to be, yeah. Yeah, they're all wearing wigs and shit. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah. All right. I don't know. It could be a movie. It could. Hey, good point. It could be a movie. It's true. Good point. Could be. Something happened. I don't know, guys. All right. We should wrap it up. Wrap it up. Yikes. Nah, main points though. No interactions. No interactions.
Yes, there was a question. I forgot what it was. It was a question. Oh, I know. I have to do this question another day, I think. All right. Yeah. Obvious. What's another good one, though? Yeah. This is another good one, love. I love this. I do really like this one. Yeah. Let's see. Well, how about this? No, this is good. This is good. No lyrics, of course. No lyrics. Shit. Alright, let's do it. No. Alright. It can't be too esoteric. All right. Oh, come on. Really? I don't know, guys. Difficult. All right.
At least Safelight could come to you for free.
Mr. Neal. Mr. Neal. I'm thinking June. Hey.